So most robotic pool cleaners that I've tested have one big problem. You drop them in the pool, they clean for a while, and then the battery dies halfway through the job. So then you have to pull it out, recharge it, then run another cleaning cycle. But what if a pool cleaning robot can clean your entire pool in one single charge? And that's what we're taking a look at today. Today I'm checking out the iGarden Robotic Pool Cleaner K60. And this thing can run up to 6 hours, one charge, which is actually about 2 times longer than most robotic cleaners that you find on Amazon. And right now it's also ranked number 2 on Amazon bestseller in this category. So today we're going to quickly unbox it, put it to the test, see if it lives up to the hype. So of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So again, today we're checking out something that could save a lot of pool owners time, effort, as well as maintenance costs. This is the iGarden Robotic Pool Cleaner K60. Now, instead of manually brushing your pool, vacuuming debris, and consistently running a traditional cleaner, this robot is designed to automatically clean your pool for you. And after using this for a while, there are a few things that actually surprised me. But first, let's go ahead and start with the unboxing. Alright, so first we're going to have a quick start guide. Next we have a retrieval tool. So this will attach to any standard pool stick, and you should be able to use this to pull the actual robot out of the pool when it's done cleaning. Definitely good to have one of these. Next thing is going to be the actual charger itself. Go ahead and get this out. So US plug, but it comes with an adapter as well. Output here is 29.4 volts at 2 amps, 58 watts. All right, so we do also have a user manual. Again, this is going to go on more in depth, so definitely worth checking out as well. Let's quickly run through the controls of the robot as well as the different ports. On the front, we're going to have 2 IR sensors. You have 2 additional sensors on the side, and this is going to be on both sides. Of course, the wheels, I love the orange on black. I think that looks really good. But inside of this front wheel, there's also a water sensor, so it knows when it's inside the water. Now, underneath, we are going to have the on and off switch. All right, so basically unlocked and locked. So once it's unlocked, you should be able to power it on and charge it. Now while we're underneath, nice curtain right here. I do found that in the past, this actually helps making sure it gathers as much debris as possible. We also have front roller brush. Each side is going to coincide with the side of the track. So on top, we're going to have the actual filter basket. So this one is a really good design. I haven't seen this before. Basically, just pull this entire part up. So the filter basket is going to have a different design I haven't seen before. All right, so it's all one piece, but essentially to open it, you open it right here. So once you're done cleaning, you can go ahead and spray this out and you should be good to go. So as far as the charger, let me show you how this actually works. So of course you're going to have the part that plugs into the wall. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, so then you're going to have these 2 pieces right here. These are going to connect to one another like this. All right, so want to secure it, then you go ahead and just screw this in. This is going to be watertight. And on the back of the robot, you'll see that it does have this charging port. All you need to do essentially, you can only plug this in one way. Plug it in like that. And if you look right there, you can see that it's now charging. So we do have the buttons up top. We have the power button here. This guy is going to be a timer. 3 different timing modes, so 1 hour, 1.5 hour, and 2 hours. As far as the turbo, this is going to be the turbo at the bottom. So turbo mode is pretty much is going to give you a high power boost. And this is going to be the mode right here. So it has floor only, and it does have floor and wall plus waterline, so different modes right here that you can click into. So below that, you're going to have the AI timer, and what the AI timer does, it gives you 24 hours, 48 hours, or 72 hours delay. So it does give you some flexibility there. Of course, this is going to be the battery percentage. So my first impression, this actually feels solid, well built, and you can tell right away that this is designed to be durable, which is important because pool cleaners obviously go through a lot, especially dealing with salt water like my pool is, and sometimes the chemicals kind of break these down. So definitely waiting to see how this holds up. Another thing that I like is that this actually has a touch screen right on top. So instead of messing with complicated settings or going to an application, everything as far as controlling is right there in the front. So there's nothing you need to do on the app side to get this up and running. But the real magic is what's going to happen when this is placed in the water. So let's go ahead and test it out. One thing I always look for with smart devices is how easy it is to get started. And luckily, this one is extremely simple. All you need to do is fully charge it, then there's a little switch underneath. You swap that to the unlock position. You then go up, you select your cleaning mode. Remember, we have different modes that you can choose from. You have different lengths, and you also have turbo mode along with the AI companion, which we'll dive into a little bit later. Once you select that, that's it. No hoses, no external pumps. Just press start, drop it in the water, and let it do its work for you. Let's start with the cleaning demo. Now, once this hit the water, it immediately gets to work. Anything that you notice is how systematic the movement is with this robot. So instead of randomly bouncing around like a lot of pool cleaners do, the iGarden K60 uses 3D S-path navigation, which basically means that it moves in organized S-shaped patterns across the pool floor. Now, this is going to help cover more areas with fewer missed spots. So instead of cleaning the same place over and over again, this works its way across the entire pool, and it clearly has a systematic approach that's going to make sure you get the best coverage. Runtime. This is one of the selling features for this cleaner. A lot of pool robotic cleaners run maybe 2 to 3 hours max. If you have a larger pool like I do, that's usually not enough to finish the entire job. But iGarden K60 can run up to 6 hours on one single charge. This is actually about double the runtime of many best-selling pool cleaners on Amazon. So instead of constantly pulling it out, charge it, you can just drop it in, let it finish its cycle, and honestly, that alone makes pool maintenance a lot easier. Now, speaking of ease of use and set it and forget it, let's talk about the AI timer. Now, why is the AI timer important? Well, the AI timer comes in handy for me because often I'll drop the pool cleaner in, it'll do its job, and I'll leave it there, then it sits there for a couple of days, and when I'm ready to clean again, I got to remember that I have to pull it out to put on the charger. Well, the AI timer, you can schedule it to automatically clean the pool in different intervals. You can set it for 24 hours, 48 hours, or 72 hours. So basically, you set it once, you drop it in the water. When that countdown comes down, it automatically starts cleaning. And remember, with this having double the battery life, you can get 2 cleanings out of this without really thinking about it. So if you're traveling or just busy at work or just don't want to think about it, this thing can maintain the pool for days without any intervention, which means that your pool is going to stay swim ready at all times. Another important feature is the full coverage cleaning. Now, the robot doesn't just clean the bottom of the pool. It also cleans the floors, the walls, as well as the water line. So what this does is actually climbs up the pool wall, scrub along the water line, which normally requires manual brushing, and this means less work for you. You don't have to worry about scrubbing those pesky water lines. And now that it's coming on spring, at least here in Florida, there's a lot of pollen that comes in, piles up at the water line, so this does a great job just getting rid of it. Turbo mode on this pool cleaner. Now, if your pool gets a lot of debris, leaves, dirt, sand, twigs, there's the turbo mode, which essentially is going to increase the suction power so your robot can pick up large debris as well as fine particles. So luckily, I do have an indoor pool, so the mesh is going to keep out most of the large particles. But what I normally do, I went outside, I grabbed some gravel, I grabbed some rocks, grab anything that I can find just to simulate what it might encounter if you don't have a mesh or screen around your pool. On turbo mode, it makes its way over the debris, cleans it up, it comes back. Remember, it's using a systematic approach, so it comes back on the next line and it gets the rest of the debris. Now, again, this is going to simulate something that you might see after a storm, windy days, or if you have trees around the pool. Turbo mode is going to be key for handling heavier messes. So another nice feature of this, of course, is the 4-liter debris basket. With a basket of this size, you don't have to constantly worry about emptying the basket after every clean. You can leave it for a couple cycles, and then when you're ready, you can go ahead and remove it. And when it comes time to emptying it, super simple, pop it open. It is built into the actual top of the pool cleaner, which is the first for me, and so far it seems to be working really well. Super simple, pop it open, remove the basket, go to your water hose, rinse it out, pretty much all set. You drop it back in there and you're ready to go again. Now, after testing this for a while, the biggest thing I noticed isn't just the cleaning performance, which it does a really good job at. It's a convenience. Instead of constantly thinking about pool maintenance, you can just let the robot handle it for you. Pool should be something that you relax in, not something you're constantly trying to maintain. So as far as the results, as I said, my pool stays relatively clean, but even though it looks clean, this can be real deceiving. So in addition to the rocks, the debris that I put on there to test the suction, we also have a lot of sand particles, rock particles. Not sure how they get in there, but they do get in there. And you can see just how much this picked up over a couple cycles. Again, not a lot of effort on my hand, just drop it in there, set the timer, and it does the rest for me. So another thing worth mentioning is this comes with a 3-year warranty. It gives you a peace of mind because if something goes wrong, you're covered. Plus, iGarden does have 24-hour support, which is always good to have with your smart home devices. So overall, what I like about the iGarden K60 is that it focuses on the things that actually matters. Long battery life, smart automation, strong cleaning performance, full pool coverage, and also simplicity, guys. You don't have to jump into an application every time you need to do something. Everything's right there on the panel. When you're done, use the included hook, pull it out, drop it back on the charger, and you're ready to go. So iGarden Robotic Pool Cleaners are recognized for their exceptional battery life, as well as some of the longest run times that's available in the industry. So if you want to check out the iGarden Robotic Cleaner K60, I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you're thinking about upgrading your pool cleaning setup this season, this could be a solid long-term investment. So let me know in the comment section, do you currently use a pool cleaner or do you still clean your pool manually? Of course, if you have any questions about this, drop it in the comments. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.